Oh, yes. I mean, the negativity towards China, I mean, as someone who's lived in Hong Kong for over 25 years, I started to sniff during the Beijing Olympics. I saw the Olympics as an opportunity for the world to welcome China, but it became one in which China was being heavily criticized. And so the bashing then just went off the radar in the last 6 years. And the motivation for me is very simple. At one level, it's rooted in the exceptionalism of the American view that we are the only ones that can be number one. That exceptionalism, in my view, is also rooted in racism, that others cannot be at the same table with us. The whole, concept of the yellow peril and all of these things, and xenophobia. But the root cause of all forms of racism and this sort of exceptionalism, as I speak about in my book on dismantling global white privilege, is the retention of economic power. Colonization was about extracting wealth, dominating wealth, and having a hegemony in terms of economic power. Today, the troops are off the ground, but other instruments of power, including the rules of globalization and terms such as the rules-based order, are used to dominate others. And so that's why, as China rises and and poses a threat in terms of economic power, etc., political influence around the world, the Western media and the governments have come together to relentlessly bash China. The rest of the world do not see China, simply as a saint, or we are on the Chinese side, or we're anti-American, etc. We just want to see how the two biggest powers will work together and create a more peaceful world in which the others can essentially also benefit from that cooperation. But the rest of the world are not fools, particularly all of us who've been colonized. We know where the root source of this resentment in the West towards the rise of China. And, at the moment it's China, but 10 years from now, it might be India. As India rises and becomes more powerful and India exerts its influence, who knows? It will be India for sure. And so, but we need to understand what it is. It's the inability to share power in the West, and that insecurity is driving both media and Western politicians to behave in the way that they are. I'll finish up by saying that I think it's a very unfortunate own goal. It's an own goal of relentlessly demonizing other nations, which has got the rest of the world to wonder how weak and insecure is the West, because other people are not fools. They can see through this.